and that this stuff was lost accidentally. Mike Richline, a friend of mine, used to work at my computer consulting company, still in the business, email me, Blake, there's no way this could happen. You got to do something about it. And that's the frustration that I'm getting from the American people.
All right, folks, so welcome back. Joining us now is Congressman Blake Farenthold, Republican from Texas, member of the House Oversight Committee, member of the House Tea Party Caucus. Hello, Congressman.
Good day. How are you doing?
Great to talk to you. Thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule there in the district. And it's a short segment, so I want to get right to it. We had Paul Ryan on the other day, and he said the IRS will not get away with this. And I'm talking about the revelation to Judicial Watch lawyers by DOJ attorneys that the Lois Lerner emails apparently still exist. They're still retrievable, which flies in the face of the testimony by the IRS commissioner to the committee. But according to Judicial Watch, they were told it's just too difficult for them to go retrieve those emails.
You know, difficulty is not an excuse. Now, in freedom of information, you can wiggle room with that. But with the congressional subpoena, there's no exception for, oh, that's too hard.
Yeah, no, you would hope not. So where do we go from here? Will the commissioner be recalled, do you believe, because of this apparent inaccuracies in his testimony?
I think so, but this is just perfect evidence of why you can't believe the president when he says they have got to stop with all these hearings and investigations. There's no evidence. It's clear there is evidence. And you've got to continue investigations to get to the bottom of all of these scandals that are surfacing this year.
Yeah, no, absolutely. All right, let me move on. The president holding a press conference, he addressed several issues, including ISIS. And on ISIS, he said these are his exact words, there is no strategy. They have no strategy on ISIS. He also then reiterated the same stuff, that ISIS is a threat to that region, that the people of Iraq have to be more inclusive in their government, which insinuates that if only there are more Sunnis in the cabinet, ISIS will stop cutting off Christians' heads. I mean, does this man not get it at all?
I think he needs to pull his head out of the sand trap and listen to his intelligence briefings.
Well, I don't know, that might help, but Congressman, how is it even conceivable that we have? Why would a president of the United States stand on the world stage and say we have no strategy on ISIS?
It makes us look weak. It makes us look incompetent. The only explanation I can have is the president is just checked out of doing his job and is only interested in playing golf and doing fundraisers. It's the only explanation I have for that.
What do you think is going to happen? There's been talk about this executive order that Luis Gutierrez has warned is coming. Again, it's going to be 5 million, 6 million amnesty. But now there's some hints that, and let me ask you, if he does that, would the Republicans be willing to go to the mat to keep funding out of that, to not let that be funded, which could result in a shutdown of the government?
Listen, I certainly hope so. We've got to take back the power that the founding fathers gave Congress and that President Obama is usurping. Congress needs to do its job, not the president. It's the Congress's job to deal with immigration, not the president's. And we've got to secure the border first. This is why is the president trying to deal with the folks that are in the country illegally before he seals the border? They're just going to keep coming if we don't seal the border.
Absolutely, but to be clear, you would favor defunding any such executive order, which even if the president says, well, then I won't sign that budget. So you would be willing, I'm not saying you guys would be responsible for the shutdown, but you would be willing to risk that shutdown over that issue. Is that correct?
I think that's a last resort, but I think it's something we can't take off the table.
Yeah, okay, very interesting. Congressman, sorry so short. We got a lot in. Always great to speak to you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, Congressman Blake Farenthold, ladies and gentlemen, here on the Steve Malzberg Show. I think the American people would absolutely be on the side of the Congress on that one, if that's the only way to stop such an executive order, if the president does go ahead with it. We're coming back with the author of the Right Turn blog at the Washington Post, Jennifer Rubin. But first, your Max to Money moment on how to choose a retirement plan.
You're watching Max to Money. Nowadays, so many people are specialized in their fields and only focus on their area of expertise. When it comes to investing, this approach may work for you when you're younger and building a nest egg. But if retirement is on the horizon, you may want to change your strategy to simplify your life.
Many people today have separate silos. They have their accountant, their insurance agent, their attorney, and their financial planner. It's very important as you approach retirement is to pool all those people together so you're working on the same page to get you to your goals. That results in lower cost, simplification, and most importantly, time to spend with your family and friends.
Other benefits include effective asset allocation and potentially better planning. So if you do decide the consolidate and conquer approach is the right one for you, give yourself plenty of time to make and coordinate the transition. I'm Hannah Ostapchuk.
Get more money news at Newsmax.com.